Hey there, welcome back to Sloth Support Reviews. I'm Sloth Dad, your resident lazy dad, giving you the lowdown on products that keep life simple and easy. Today, we're talking about the Ninja Air Fryer, specifically the Ninja Foodie XL, which is my go-to for making quick meals without much fuss. I picked this because it promised fast, convenient cooking, which is exactly what I need for those busy weeknights like tonight when I don't want to mess with too many dishes. So, what is a Ninja Air Fryer and why would the average busy person need one? So, if you're interested in air fryers at all, there's plenty of videos. I've got one linked below that goes over how and why air fryers are what they are. In a nutshell, it's an all in one appliance that lets you air fry, roast, bake, or even reheat leftovers, all in one place. Perfect for anyone who doesn't want to clutter up the kitchen with different gadgets but still want options. For me, it's all about simplicity. Think about when you're finished with work, you come home, maybe you work from home, but you need to make dinner for your family. And we always recommend that we eat with the family all together, but sometimes it's easier based on our own schedules to go ahead and make food for our kids first. And just like tonight, for example, I was able to go ahead and get this process going, load up the chicken nuggets, load up the French fries, and have a simple, easy meal for my kids while my wife was working on her homework. Now, this is the part where I guess I didn't have audio, but let me just go over what's happening here. I've got my parchment paper put in. I've gone ahead and started the air fryer process. I've turned it on. I set it to air crisp and I've gotten the temperature right. Now, because of the way that the fan is positioned and the parchment paper or aluminum foil that's being used, if I hit start, the fan starts pulling up and it'll go ahead and pull the parchment paper and stick it to the top of the fan. So I like to go ahead and load up, and the reason why I do this is because just to weight it down. The preheat doesn't take too long, so what I'll do here is let it preheat with the food that's in there, and then once it's ready and it's reached temp, it'll say add food. So we'll go ahead and open this up, grab a spatula so that we can move around the French fries, and I just go in with my hands and flip the chicken nuggets. They're not hot or anything right now because they've really just been warming up. Give the French fries a quick toss, and then we'll go ahead and close it. And now we're actually starting the timer process. I think with any air fryer, the one thing to keep in mind, even with your regular appliances, is to go ahead and move the food around, flip it halfway. So we're about the 5 minute mark here. I just open it up, I flip out the chicken nuggets, and then I take my spatula, toss around the French fries again, just to make sure that they've been moving around and they're getting a little bit more even heat. Once that's done, I'll go ahead and close it and let it finish the cooking process. All right, now the timer is about to go off. It goes off, and now we've got end. At this point, you just go ahead and lift it up. I like to let it cool. Kids don't love hot food, and so I'll usually go for a hand feel, figure out whether or not the food's cooked, and then let it cool down, plate it up, and then they're good to go. I have to say, because of that and because of the simplicity, it's easy to see why it's become a staple in my kitchen. We've had this unit for a little over 2 years. You can tell it needs a little bit of cleaning, and it needs a little bit of care and love. But at the end of the day, it's our daily appliance, one that we use probably right next to our toaster and our coffee machine. So let's go into the pros and cons. First, the pros. We've got quick cooking. Meals that would take half an hour to an hour, we've got it done in half the time. It's versatile. I can air fry, roast, bake, and reheat. It's like having a mini kitchen in one device. It's also easy to clean. Now, I know it's a little bit hard to see that in here, but the basket comes out, the grill plate will come out, and everything can be wiped down. So if you're maintaining this device regularly, it is super easy to clean. And that's a huge plus because it saves on the pots and pans and anything else that needs to be washed. Now for the cons. Unlike traditional ovens, one thing to keep in mind is that air fryers are going to be a little bit limited in capacity. So if you're looking for cooking for more than 2 or 3 people, you may have to do this in multiple batches. And the other con is that it takes up counter space. It's not huge, but if you have a very small kitchen, this might be a tight fit. The lift top might not be the most convenient because you might not have the clearance to go ahead and lift it up. We personally, again, like this because this is a tool that we've been using regularly for about 2 years or so. Let's talk about some quirks and features. This air fryer also has some fun quirks and features. I like that the temperature control is adjustable, so I can tweak it for different foods. There's also the timer that's built in, which we use all the time. So for the chicken nuggets, for example, I go ahead and start it. I push air crisp, I set my time, I set my temperature, and I hit start. As soon as it beeps, I know that I can load my food in, and then the timer starts. And once it's done, open it up. Sometimes I'll let it rest, leave it opened, let it rest there, and then let it cool down so that my kids can have cooled down food. The other thing that this one also has is the temperature probe. So this temperature probe right here, it'll plug into the side. And once it's plugged into the side, the temperature probe button right here, it will light up. So if we go ahead and turn it on, we've got these two lit up. When they're set up, we can use manual. We'll use our manual option, select whatever. We set the temperature and we set the time. But we could also go for preset. When we go for preset option, we can say bake, preset, and then we can go ahead and select our option. Probably not bake, might be more of a grill situation, preset, and then let's say I want to do beef, for example, and maybe I want it to be medium rare on the low side. I go ahead and hit start, and the whole process goes on. We've had this air fryer for a few years, and it's definitely found its place in our kitchen. In our experience, an air fryer is a tool that helps speed up our life, especially with kids and especially with how busy our lives are. It helps in being a game changer for quick family meals. It's all about value. It's the appliance that delivers it all. In a world when we have appliances for everything, we get really excited that we can put something new on our counter, but before we know it, counter space is all taken up. And so the question is, how can we streamline everything with a few devices or a few appliances? And if they make the cut, how often are we using them? This is one that we never have to put away. So that brings us to the Sloth Score. This is where we rate the products from 1 to 10 based on how much they keep life simple and lazy dad friendly. After using this air fryer for quite some time, I'm giving the Ninja Foodie XL a solid 8.7. It's fast, it's versatile, and it gets the job done. Sure, it has a few quirks, but it's still an easy choice if you're looking for something to make meals quicker and cleaner. So that's it for today's review. Is a Ninja air fryer worth it for the average person? Absolutely. It's quick, it's easy, it saves me time in the kitchen. If you're interested, check out the link in the description to pick one up yourself or browse through my top picks. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to stay tuned for more laid-back reviews. See you next time on Sloth Support.